Hello and welcome back to another session of Pistonics, where we currently implement the catchit game, it's Byron speaking. And in the previous session we have implemented the HUD drawing, which is pretty nice. I mean, I can run this and we see the HUD telling us what we have here. That font looks dirty, by the way, does it? Yeah, it looks kind of dirty. There are some weirdnesses in there. But better dirty font than no font, I say. But the main game idea is that you hunt this prey that is currently stuck in the top left corner. And there's something we obviously have to fix. Probably I want to implement this and see if we collide. Implement the collision, basically. So collision of sphere with a square, and I think you want to be precise with that, huh? So we could start with the circumference. We could treat the rectangle as a sphere and have a quick intersection, and then you probably have to, I don't know how it then works. You can probably get some code online. Or check the JavaScript version. How does the JavaScript version do it? So so I would like to do the collision detection first, but to do that we have to implement the update here, because we set the hunter position already, otherwise you wouldn't see a change here. Or maybe that's also, due to the way this game works. Maybe whenever we get a mouse position and then the frame drawing is kind of happening too late. I think this is kind of what we see here. This is why the ball lags behind. And we probably want to trap the mouse as well. How do we do this again? Let's do this right away. Let's trap the mouse so that it's maybe less confusing. Even though this lag, no, it is noticeable. And it's supposed to do 60 FPS here. So again, it's, could be better. I use oversampling 4 times, so there's some anti-aliasing going on. Maybe I want 8 times instead, or 16 even, to have super smooth images. So let's do that here. Let's use 16. And there is trap mouse cursor or something. Let's see. Trap. Mouse. Input mouse. I think the Windows settings. Advanced window. The advanced window trait might have had something like that. Set capture cursor. True. And this is on the window. So does it... Can we also set it in the settings somehow? Advanced window, gluten window, set capture cursor. So we have Windows settings. What can we set here then? Title, full screen, samples, vsync. Maybe OpenGL. Yeah, so should we set OpenGL here or what? Because we have OpenGL, right? GL graphics. I don't know what the correspondence is between the thing that we don't use here at all. Oh. Maybe. Yeah, actually I don't know. Maybe they all use the same context or something and it's some global state in the process. I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway, let's set the capture cursor. If I'm right, then I have to do it here, huh? Set... capture only exists here. Set capture cursor. Am I right or am I wrong? So something like this. Nope. But it's on a trade advanced window. Sure. It's in window, advanced window. Oops. Sure, you want to change it. Okay. Good, that should do. And now we have, oh. It's captured, but I can't move it. Hello? That has not the expected result. I think in falling sand it's used as well. So this is where a node is from. But that doesn't work for us right now. Cursor does not move. Or we don't get mouse move events anymore. Or it works differently. So show me falling sand. Falling sand source main. Capture. Yeah, so we set this only in paused mode, alright. And then that's it. We turn it on and off. But we still get mouse events, do we? Oh, we get button presses now. Haha. And when we have button presses, mouse cursor arcs, but we get it. But this is something we do already, right? Exactly like that. But these don't come to us anymore in the moment we capture the cursor. That is weird. Mouse cursor arcs, here they are. Interesting. Maybe you want to capture the cursor in here or something? How does he do it? Borrow. Capture cursor. Ah. And this is why he has a ref cell there, so that he can access it multiple times. Because it needs to be accessed as mutable there. I don't know, in a way. Ah, this is why you clone it there, so that you clone the RC and not the window. Ah, so I guess I was wrong. So if you run this, oh no, that could be very, very bad for me. I wonder why it has to rebuild everything, because everything should go to a single build location, but probably it uses different versions here. Yeah, anyway, what's done is done. So this is now building other versions here and might kick our temperature into domains where things will go awfully wrong. Oh man. Compiling is one way to kill your screen recording, so I'm not sure how long it will last or if it will destroy itself. Could be. Yeah, you want release mode here. It doesn't help with the temperature though, unfortunately. 100 degrees, you can definitely boil water with that CPU. It's crazy. And the window's open and the lid is open, and I really do my best here, but it doesn't get rid of the heat. I think it's the GPU that really causes things to go every here. Yeah, let's hope it manages. Probably it's still cool enough so the computer doesn't die, but it's also not so hot yet. Anyway, let's hope for the best. So let's see how that works. I just want to see it, because maybe I think the capture cursor thing does what it does. It just removes the cursor, and I just want to hide the cursor anyway. I don't know. I don't think that is what I want here. See, so now yeah, it removes the cursor. It attempts to remove the cursor, and it kind of blocks it in space. This is what happens. All right, I get it. So we don't want that. Can we hide the cursor? Maybe I've been missing that all the time. What kind of cursor trickery can we do? Mouse cursor, capture cursor. Ah. Set capture cursor. There's nothing that would allow me to hide the cursor, apparently. Piston, hide mouse cursor. It's not too important. Does not change, yeah. Relative mouse, only relative mouse motion is registered. Ah, so we can get some mouse motion. It just looks differently then. Okay, I'm happy with relative mouse motion, totally. Mouse relative event. There we go. Yeah. So we can capture it. And then we just change the set hunter position to move hunter. So it offsets it. Window, set capture cursor true. Relative, mouse relative. And that shall give me an optional with what? Oh, it needs a closure. Oh, mouse relative arcs, that's what you want. Mouse relative arcs. And that gives you just a position, X, Y. That we can use directly here. Cool, so let's try that. We should now at least see it. Cargo run. Why does it recompile everything? I don't get it. Something is wrong there. It uses one shared cargo directory, and the whole idea is that it doesn't recompile everything. But it seems to overwrite fingerprints or something. Oh man. Why do I put everything into one place if it will not reuse it? Something is wrong there. This doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Come on, I've just seen the window and it recompiles it. Oh man, this is a problem. So that screams for a PR, I think, because that shouldn't be the case. Maybe the fingerprint IDs are not unique enough or something. And stuff gets overridden, file stems get changed. So mouse relative event. Let's try. Cool. So now my mouse is captured. And I think I want to draw this event first. Just to see what kind of values I get, but it should be relative ones, right? I hope I do get them, indeed. So, I don't get them, shit. But it said relative events are still sent. That's what it told me, right? Set capture. Yeah, it is used to lock and hide the cursor to the window, for example, in the first-person shooter game. And didn't it say that the only events I still get are the ones that are with relative mouse positions? That's what it said, right? Okay, so I can capture the cursor. Only relative mouse motion is registered. Yeah, so that's what I've read. But that doesn't seem to be the case, huh? Or I'm querying the wrong one. You see nothing here. Just stuck there. No relative mouse motion, man. Nope, 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 nope. Damn it. Okay, that's a detail. We can attempt to fix that at some point. Maybe just a bug. Relative mouse relative event. So we do that. But still, no joy, no fun. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so I think I can just check this out. Diff current file to undo these changes. I can ever type checkout more or less reasonably good. Here we go. So yeah, let's do the catching. We are catching prey. And also, if you want to clamp it to field, I think, yeah, this is also something we might want to do first, so that this thing doesn't get past the corner there. So clamp to field, yeah. So we get a position. We want to put this into a new position. Yeah, let's put this into a new position right away. Let mat pose be pose clone. I wonder if you may even own that position so that we can reuse it. I think we can own it. Yeah, let's own the position. So we just return that then. All right. All right. Clamp to field. There we go. Okay, that's better. And now, if positions is smaller than 0, then oh yeah, we have to. No wait, it is relative to the drawing, right? So you have to be careful now. We kind of draw everything centered. And this is what we assume here as well. So this thing is centered, and so we have to work with the size here. This is the reason that we get it anyway. So let's clamp things to the field. Yeah, so just, I think if position 0 is smaller than 0, then set it. Oh wait, position 0 plus size. No wait, if position, yeah, so if this is the center, then if we are, yeah, minus size, actually it's minus size. So this is smaller than 0, then we set it to the offset, right? To whatever there is smaller than 0. Yeah. Oh no, wait, we just push it into space, right? So it's more like it's X, so we just put it away. We put it away from the wall, basically. So we offset it by its size. Oh yeah, and the size is always by 2 because it's the total size that we specify here, not just half the size. Ideally, we would work with half the size because I think all the time we need half the size. Pretty much all the time. Except for when we draw it. Oh, look. Yeah, so when we scale it, we need twice the size. Yeah, so let's make it half size, man. Yeah. That's half size. So now that this is half size, we don't have to watch that. We don't have to make this computation all the time. Half size, much better. I hope that's the common case here, but I think it is. So let's finish this later. Like this. All right. Size is margin minus min field margin. Okay, so we have a min field margin. Then we have a certain offset to that. Size is a bit smaller so that we get, yeah, I don't know. I would just divide this by 2. And be happy. There we go. Size. So the hunter starts as minus size, just to be in the negatives. So this is minus half size by 2 now. Minus half size. It shouldn't be visible, right? That's why we do this. So size here again. Okay. Half size. And I think that is it here. Where else do we use size? half size. And here it's half size by 2 and half size by 2. Yes. And one left. 95, half size. Okay, now things got magically larger because of reasons. But yeah, this one has been pushed to the right already. It must be pushed down as well. So yeah, parentheses not needed. Let's fix these issues first. Should have camel case names such as PT. That's true. That is absolutely true. Even though points, I think as a unit it's small, right? But for us it's a type. An unused variable field. Really? Yeah, right now it's unused. It shall be used later. Unnecessary parenthesis. Oh. Yeah, true. Actually, they should have been here, right? So let's see how it does now. No! I should have searched for whole words only. So now it should be better. Unused variable. Unused import default. Okay. I think I haven't compiled this in a while because it didn't change in a while. Oh look. It looks better now. Magically. Cool. So it's interesting that this works. Nice. Let's see how we will see about the screen resizing stuff later. We might dynamically resize the playing field if you like, but for now, yeah, I have no idea. But this will be part of what we have to do at some point. 28 minutes in, and yeah, we were here. So then, if position that's y minus half size is basically out of the frame, then we put it into the frame, right? And then if it's larger than our field extend, then we put it back. So now we do the same thing, but with the plus half size plus half size, come on, greater field x, then we put it at minus the half size, and here we do the same thing. Field y, then we put it at minus the half size. So that should be a valid implementation of clamp to field. This should now show, because the prey should be fully in field, which it is not. Oh look, this already does something. So it already tries to do that. It kind of works the opposite way, I think. Maybe we should, yeah, if it's larger, that one, so the y is messed up. Yeah, so cool that I clamped this position already, But it only happens once, huh? Oh, because we don't do it right. Obviously, we want to set this to field 1. And this is field 0 so that it actually gets clamped. Good. So now this should work as expected. No. For Y it works. For the field it works basically. But here, yeah, we want to just put it to half size here and to half size here. And also we don't want to clamp the player anymore because he should have the ability to leave the frame, right? But that's already quite cool. Awesome. So the player may leave the frame. That's, I think, part of the game. So no clamping here anymore. Just set the position and you are done. Thank you. That's where this game development is fun, because you always see stuff. And now we can leave the game, and this guy is clamped. Okay, so now this is what we want to do in this session. Implement the collision between between prey and the hunter. And I would wonder if this is precisely implemented or not. So let's see what the original does. So we have the ball that can move. We have... yeah, that's probably what happens on every tick. For the JavaScript version, then it collides the balls and stuff. And... okay, so here it checks the prey. So it seems that it just does a collision detection between the rectangles here, because otherwise this would not work. Okay, so that's something we could do as well. But first, let's call update. Let's implement this, because here we would do the collision detection and possibly eject our state to be game over. So if we get hit, we are game over. That's the thing. So here, when we update, then we say self engine update. Nothing else to say here, and this could be an OK. Yeah, we can just be explicit about it. Why not? If that changes ever, then we will see that there is a change. I think this is why you should be explicit and say, well, if they say it's unit, I take the unit, because then you will be warned if the API changes. All right. So we update this. If it's okay, there's nothing we can do actually. And we will never do anything if it's okay. So I think it's more like an if let state. Then we do something. And this is, now we want to keep the state, the last state, because we want to keep drawing this in case we have none. So we have the engine and we have last state, which is an optional state. So you get the engine state as well. Catchit engine state. There we go. And obviously, when we instantiate that thing, last state, it shall be none. Oops. But in the moment it ejects its core, we want to keep it. And say, well, self last state is some state. Right? So that should just be it. Keep the state. And let's see if that compiles, and then we kind of put it into the comma missing. Then we put it into the render function. Cool. So here we get the state. And I think it's like s or self last state Something like that. And self is borrowed, so we want to ref this as ref. And this might be what we want. Expected a look. So yeah, how does that work for us? So it's a type mismatch. Is there... Yeah, so we want to own that state, but we only want to do this on a borrowed option. And I'm not sure if that is supported by the option type. Is there the notion of a borrowed option? Only if it's taken as second argument. Yeah, I don't want to consume that. How do I do it gracefully and in a cool way? I could map it. I could map that thing into the original into a... I could use AssRef here, basically. And then do it like that. Then the types would be the same. Yeah, that's something I could do. Certainly. Yeah, I don't want to unwrap this ever. I actually don't want to map it. Or... Yeah, it takes an option that I own, so it can really unpack it, and this is something we don't have the luxury of. Or else we could use or else. So we could we use this? How do we pack it into a... How do we pack the state into an option that it can own without consuming it? Not really, huh? Not really. Yeah, so let's try the AssRef thing. So AssRef. So the types should be the same, or self last state AssRef. So that should work. Maybe you can get away with not using the AssRef stuff. Found a borrow. So that doesn't work anymore. Cool. Because we now own this option. Jesus. That's a lot of stuff going on here. Self is immutable because it's also borrowed. So where? Borrow occurs due to use of self in closure. But this is not a closure here. Okay, so here obviously it's no, wait. I don't know. Oh, I can't use self here at all. That's the problem. Yeah. Got it. So two things. Can I get rid of... Yeah, let's first get last state here, shall we? Let last state be a... borrow of self last state. Okay. Now the AssRef stuff could work. And it does. So now we could possibly get rid of this entire AssRef business. But probably not, because this thing wants to have an owned option. And I don't know if that works. mismatch types. Expected an owned option here, found a borrow. But this is now the option that we want, right? Does this change a thing? No, wait. We have a borrowed option here. Or we return this. So we pass it in, we get a real option. Yeah, actually, there is... I don't know. So let's do the AssRef business then. Yeah, so we convert everything to AssRef, and then the type is what we require. Then we can chain it, basically. It's a bit of a, it's a bit cumbersome, but probably not the worst thing to do. It works. So that's the cool thing. We will now keep going with the previous state until we start fresh. And I don't know if that is even what we want. We might change that totally, because the other game, or the JavaScript game, it just resets the state, right? But maybe I want to show a game over and keep showing what happened, and then you press space or something to start new. I think I'd rather do that so that you can kind of relax for a moment, because that Chrome experiment, maybe it's a good thing, but it just keeps going. Oh, you fail, and look, it keeps going, but keeps to pray at its place. Yeah, I'll see what I want there. For now, we just stop and show the last state. Fine. I don't know. I'll see what works. Cool. And now the intersection. So let's get going with that. I think the objects have enough information to intersect each other and do that right, because they know their shape. And then we can start with the simple square intersection, and later see if we can get some decent circle to square, square to circle intersection going. Impl object, and then we say pub event intersect. If that intersects that, so this is this, and other shall be another object, and all we do is return a boolean. All right. If both objects intersect. Good. So we have to compute position, use position plus half size. So position minus half size is the left end, position plus half size is the right end, and then we just compare stuff, right? So if, it's one big if. And I wonder if it has to be an if, or if the condition, I think conditions can only be done here, right? In theory, you could say 1 equals 1. And I don't know if that is valid. Let's see. That seems to be valid. Cool. So we don't have to use if and if clause here. We can just use comparison operators. So self post 0. So that's the left side minus self pulse size. If that is if that is smaller, Or yeah, what should we do? Logic. My brain and logic, they do not work together. Oh, it's actually half size. And I should close the window, I guess. Or else I will not hear my own word anymore. Amazing. Yeah, let's look at the JS code. Pray X, pray Y. So here, so that's basically the left side, and mouse. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's see if that makes sense. So obviously the coordinate systems or the way this is handled is a bit different. But that seems to be the left side. That seems to be the right side. And so on. So maybe we can just make it work like that as well. So minus this, if that is smaller or equal to other position null minus other half size, or yeah, want to put this here? Yeah, let's put this here. Now we go plus half size, and that is smaller or equal. Oh no, wait, it's and. Is it and? Actually, this tests if the mouse position also receives an offset, so it has a size. Yeah, I don't actually know. So now this is the plus version, but it must all be true, right? To be inside. I'm not sure. It's probably totally wrong. And position 1. So that's now the lower one. Minus half size. Is this always smaller or equal? Yes, it is. And now we go with the plus again. So let me guess, it's absolute garbage. Because I don't know what exactly I'm testing here right now. Does it work? It does, so let's use it, right? Yeah, so if it intersects, we reset the prey. So if self, oh yeah, actually we want to only do this if we have a state. Oops. That's the cool thing, if we can eject our state. You know, the game over is basically if we have no game state. And we have to start a new game. So S hunter intersects, if S hunter intersects with S prey, and then we set the prey to a new location. Probably yeah, for now, maybe I want to implement this thing here as well. Random object position in field. I think I want to implement this. So random. So I have this already in, oh, I've got noise. Perlin noise, that's interesting. I'm also supposed to have, oh, that's the wrong one. I wanted my local build here. Here it is. Let's put this to the far right. So random crate has already been taken here. Yeah, considering you want to use this all the time, I guess we want to keep our own copy of it around. Where's the engine? Oops. The engine struct. Come on, here it is. So that's our random number generator. It's from the rand crate. And there was this weak rand that I was interested in. Weak RNG. Oops. Random number generator. How's this called? Rand. So that's rand XOR shift RNG. Like that. Okay. And now let's initialize it quickly. RNG is rand weak RNG. Good. Is that all? No. Yes, that's all. Totally. And then there was this again range, which gives you a low and, or which allows you to provide a low and high value. And yeah. And get something within that range. Even though I'm not sure how I get such a sample range. Is there a constructor somewhere? Construct range. Low and high. Never be called directly, only via range new. I see. Okay. Can do. Good. I wonder why I have to provide multiple ones here. Yeah, so this is what I would want to have. I want to create it in the range of my field and then clamp it to position, right? Okay, so if this intersects, then I think we add some score. For now, self score, s score plus equals 10 or something. I don't know. We will do something more elaborate later. And then we will set the prey to something else. Prey position shall be self R&D position in field. That takes the field and the size as prey half size. It's the half size, right? Yeah. And s field. Cool. So that should already be the main logic. We hit it, we set the prey to some other location, and that is that. So let's see if that even builds. Oops. It could. If I would get the various syntax errors out of there. Undeclared type name XOR shift RNG. Am I not using rand? I don't have to use rand if I go in the directory directly. Did I put a typo in there? Yes, I did. Here we go. New chance. And now hunter intersects, sure. S.prey, it needs to be a borrow only. And now this could possibly work. Cool. So let's see if we get points. Probably not. Oh, we got a score already. Haha, that's funny. Oh yeah, because they probably... Yeah, so the intersection doesn't really work, but we hit it. That's cool. So that's a great way to score. I guess we also, I mean, besides the fact that the intersection sucks right now, we definitely want to implement the randomization here. The range. How do you work? RNG gen range. Oh, we can just provide values there. Cool. Okay, so I guess if I, oh, does it change? Does it need a mutable random number generator? Probably I need a ref cell then, huh? Damn it. Let's try it. Self, gen range, and you should be in field, actually from yeah, so that's just X. So from 0 to field 0. And I guess that will already not work. So that's X, and that shall be Y. Oops. Something is wrong here with the parentheses, I think. Yeah. Like this, like that. Good. That's better. Self is not available in a static method. Ooh, true. Yes, of course. So we provide an RNG here. Actually, that would have been wrong anyway because reasons. Quite obvious reasons. So let's put it in there. That's rand x or shift RNG. And a borrow to it. But just a borrow, a shared borrow shouldn't be working, huh? No method named genRange found. Use, okay, we need rand RNG, so we need to use that trait. Without traits, nothing works. Use rand RNG, but that shall be fine. Good enough with me. And now it's just function takes, oh, that's good. But we will get there. Eventually it will tell me that it needs a mutable RNG. Because I wouldn't, you know, I would be surprised if it wouldn't change its internal state in the process. So we need to ref cell it, but it's okay. So here we go. Self RNG, and where else do I call you? Do I, yeah, and here I call it, oh shite, I do not have, yeah, okay, this initial, you know, this initial state, I think I shall be fine, but just, well, actually I start with a 0, 0 thing, and then I rerun it, I re-roll it maybe. Should I? Maybe. Because here I do not have a random number generator, and I'm not sure if I want one. Yeah, maybe I just want one. Let's give it the random number generator then. Fine. Let RNG be rand weak RNG, and then we provide it. Why not? That's just the initial setup phase. You don't call this thing again. So, and I would like to have a mutable one. I thought so. The cool thing is that here we can easily do it. And in the other cases, we can also do it, provided we make this AREF cell. Use std cell ref cell, right? X or RNG shall be owned by the ref cell here. Oh yeah, so that will now be a mutable, so that function is fine. And last but not least, the weak RNG here will be a ref cell. And then only when we access it, we have to take care to do a borrow mut first. Yeah, that should work somehow. So if you want to provide it here, we do a borrow mut, right? So let's see how that works. Wow, that actually works. Amazing. Cool. So I'm curious now. Oh, so this was, oh yeah, so this is where our, yeah. So that's the collision detection that goes awfully wrong here. And yeah, the cool thing is we now have visual debugging, so we could try to make this work for babies, but we will do this in the next session, I think, because it's already an hour in. So thanks for watching and have a good day.